What's going on, everybody? It's Nick Payne with Facemask Fantasy, continuing to take an early look at rookie landing spots and ultimately make a call on where we'd draft some of the 2022 rookies for fantasy. Up today, the 43rd pick in the NFL draft, Kentucky wide receiver Wan'Dale Robinson. Robinson was projected by many to be a day 3 draft pick, so it was definitely a surprise to see the New York Giants draft him in the top half of the second round. To that point, the team had to have plenty of confidence Robinson would be available if he was their guy all along, because they traded back from 36 to 43 to draft Robinson while still picking up additional assets. It's fair to say the Giants had greater needs, specifically on defense. And just last year, they gave Kenny Golladay a huge contract in free agency and drafted Kadarius Toney in the first round. Clearly, the team felt like receiver was still a major team need. Robinson has some upside in a gadgety play, slot receiver type of role for a Giants team that could really use some offensive punch. He stands at just 5'8", but he also started multiple games at running back during his time in college. He won't be asked to do that at the NFL level, just bringing it up because it speaks to his versatility. Robinson was an honorable mention All Big Ten player during his first 2 college seasons when he played running back, wide receiver, and returned kicks for Nebraska. He put it all together as a wide receiver, though, in his junior season after transferring to Kentucky. Robinson collected 104 catches on 144 targets for 1,334 receiving yards and 7 touchdowns, earning second-team SEC honors in 2021. Obviously, the question about Robinson is his size and whether or not that will hold him back at the NFL level. Not to mention, it's a crowded wide receiver room, even if the depth doesn't exactly inspire a ton of confidence. Toney figures to be the team's full-time slot receiver, and having just been picked in the first round last year, the Giants aren't likely giving up on him despite rumors this offseason that the team might be exploring trade options. Golladay and Sterling Shepard figure to be the team's starters on the outside. Shepard was a potential cut candidate, but after agreeing to a restructured contract, he's likely to stick around for the 2022 season. Robinson should have every opportunity to be the team's wide receiver 4, but in an offense with a lot of question marks top to bottom, it's hard to envision that role being a very productive one year 1. My first thought is something along the lines of Rondale Moore's rookie season in Arizona as a best-case scenario, somewhere in the 40 to 50 catch range for maybe 400 plus yards and a touchdown or 2. And the Giants, of course, are not as good of a passing offense as Arizona, so even those benchmarks could be a little lofty for Robinson's rookie year. The factors working in Robinson's favor are, of course, draft capital and the chance that the Giants move on from both Shepard and someone like Darius Slayton by 2023. Robinson also commanded a target share of nearly 40% this year, according to Player Profiler, an elite metric that we can't go without mentioning. He was heavily utilized last year, and new head coach Brian Daboll figures to install a much more innovative offense than anything we've seen from the Giants the past few seasons. With the team currently desperate for offensive playmakers, maybe Robinson cracks the rotation this year regardless of injuries, but don't be surprised if we have to wait until 2023 for consistent fantasy production from Robinson. All told, he's worth a shot by the late second round of Dynasty rookie drafts. I'm not targeting him in redraft until I get some sort of vibe check from training camp this summer. Wan'Dale doesn't have long-term wide receiver 1 upside, but he could be a decent player for PPR leagues once the team moves on from some of the veterans still on the roster. That's a quick look at Wan'Dale Robinson being drafted by the New York Giants. What do you guys think? Put any thoughts you have in the comment section below, and we can have a conversation about this. We also host live streams on our channel each Tuesday and Thursday, all off season long at 6 p.m. Eastern. Come hang out, come get any questions answered that you may have, or feel free to bring up any fantasy football topics you care to discuss. Till then, this is Nick with Facemask Fantasy. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening.